wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be. Now here's the next part. Listen to this once. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. So sing that with me now. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. All right, from the top. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Do that again, one more time. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Next part, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. So blessed. And sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. One, two, three, four. Oh, you can applaud if you want. I'm blessed to be playing with this great band. Can we have some applause for them? I'm so spoiled. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Can you sing that with me now? God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, yeah, for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. All right, that's the whole thing. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Oh yeah, Venus. Do that sign language. I love it. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. All right, let's go to love. Love is my source. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything. All right, let's go to some. You want some joy today? Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything, everything I need. So I give thanks. Oh, my blessings. Joy gives me. All right, let's go back to God. God is my source. Yeah, God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, yeah, for all my blessings. God gives me every. All right, let's repeat that line. God gives me everything. God gives me everything I need. Do that again. God gives me everything I need. Bring it down a little bit. God gives me everything I need. Yeah. God gives me everything. dancing. I love that. Give thanks. Here we go. For all my blessings. Here we go. God gives me everything I need.
Well, good morning. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Rosa. And thank you to Karen Drucker and Brett and Tony and our fabulous band here. Karen, our special guest. Chris is on vacation. He gets a wonderful vacation. He deserves it. He's on a cruise, so we will see him in a couple of weeks. But we're so grateful to have Karen here. So thank you, Karen, for being here and sharing your genius with us. And I'm Reverend Russ Laguerre. I am your assistant minister, and I'm just so thrilled to be here with you today and to see all your smiling faces and imagine all of your smiling faces on our live stream too. Hello, live streamers. We're so grateful, too, for the live streamers who are sharing this time with us online. Live streamers know that you can always share our live stream with your friends, your family, if you love it. So we greatly appreciate it because that helps us to get our word out. And if you happen to be joining us for the first time, we especially want to welcome you. And please know that your children are welcome here, too. We got one little baby down there, too. Babies are welcome to be here in the social hall with us. We always love to hear them. We have our family room back there, too, and we've got a little table outside where your children, or perhaps you as your inner child, can color and post those coloring pages up on our board there. And I've been just so thrilled to see how that board has been growing. It's almost like we need to start clearing some room out on it because we got so many coloring pages. Know, too, that we're going to have childcare available in the not too distant future. We're working very hard on bringing that back, and we will be asking for some volunteers, too, who are willing to do that very shortly. So I want to let you all know that as well, because we're really thrilled to just slowly bring back and wake ourselves up after this pandemic and bring back all of our wonderful youth programming. Now, if you'd like to find out more about what's happening at our wonderful center, you can visit our website, cslsr.org, and there you'll find the Sunday Bulletin by clicking on the photo of the old-fashioned typewriter on our website. You all remember what those look like, right? Okay. That bulletin contains everything that's going on throughout the whole month at our center, all of our regular things and all of the special things that are going on. So I really encourage you to check that out because it's a great way to get plugged in. And if you're new and you might be wondering, what is it that we're all about here at the Center for Spiritual Living? We have a pamphlet at our information table called What We Believe, and that contains sort of a summary of all of the beliefs and the teachings that we offer here at the center. And if you're online, you can send us an email. Send an email to Linda Han, our COO. She will email out a digital copy of that for you if you're looking for it. All right, at the Center for Spiritual Living here in Santa Rosa, we are motivated by a vision of a healthy, loving world. It is known as the global vision, and it calls us to imagine a world that works for everyone. We envision a worldwide culture in which forgiveness, whether for errors, injustices, or debts, is the norm. And we follow this vision through our 4 primary values here at our center. And I invite you to read those with me. Spiritual living, integrity, love, and compassion. And now I got a special announcement. Speaking of people who are living these values, our new member class happened last Sunday. We run that class about once every 6 months, and we have some new official members at our center that we would like to honor. I'm going to wait for that slide to come up. Yay! All right, so Kathleen McDougall, Gilbert Serrano, Shara Meredith, Annette Lacey, Tishwa Kucharson, Carrie Manwiller, and Hallie DeCarian. We are so grateful to have you as official members, and we are grateful for your support. Let's give them a round of applause, shall we? So I know that somewhere between the music, the meditation, the prayer, the practices, and Dr. Edwards' message today is exactly what you need to experience for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Please know that you are so very welcome here. And now sit back and enjoy some music before our short time of silent contemplation.
Stop and drop and pray. 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 That's the whole thing. If you want to sing with me. Stop and drop and pray. Stop and drop and pray. Stop and drop. Stop and drop and pray. You got it. Sing with me now. Stop and drop and pray. Stop and drop and pray. You gotta stop and drop and pray. 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 Just stop and drop and pray. Stop and drop and pray. Just pray. Pray. Pray.
There is only one life. That life is here right now, infinitely present, is as through and surrounding each of us and all of us as a whole. One love, one source, one power, one creator that from itself created all the individuated, unique expressions of this universe and beyond. It is immense. It is both the center and the circumference of everything. It is a divine pattern of whole, complete, and perfect. And it is simply, incessantly flowing. As I am one with that source, so is each one in this sanctuary and beyond. Each one being graced in the humanness of us. Each as beauty and balance and joy and harmony, serenity, love, and that all-pervasive peace, all infinitely present within us. I accept for this time this morning inspiration. Inspiration from each part of this service. The prayer, the message, the music, the camaraderie between all of us. I know for this service love, compassion, integrity, spirituality, and simply an overall knowingness of the truth of who each of us is and are. I give great thanks for this time of inspiration and the feelings that flow throughout. And I simply release this word into the law that always knows. And together we say, and so it is. Good morning. My name is Peggy Weber, and I'm a prayer practitioner here. I would love it if you would each join in the reading of the affirmation for today. I persevere with the strength of spirit within me, and so it is.
I'm never alone. I am never alone. I am never, ever alone. So here's a brand new song. Lyrics written with me, with Sue Faria, one of your practitioners here. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. You want to join me? It goes, I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I felt so lost, I couldn't find my way. Searching for the answers, trying to make it through the day. I called out for help and felt something shift inside. A presence, a power that cannot be denied. I don't walk alone. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I love these. Spirit is, she's doing all the sign language. Grace fills me now, yeah. I don't walk alone. No matter what I call it, no matter what I believe, I know that when I'm hurting, if I ask, I will receive. the love that I am needing, the peace within my soul. I can surrender and let go. I don't walk alone, walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace, I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone, walk. Spirit is with me always. Grace fills me now. Grace, I don't walk alone. I am never alone. I'm never alone. I am never, ever alone. You want to sing that and affirm that? Just say never alone. I'm never alone. I am never, ever alone. Never alone. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. That's what we all got to remember. Never alone. Never alone. I am never, ever alone. Spirit is with me. Never, 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 never alone. I am never, ever, ever alone. I'm never, ever, ever alone. I am never, ever alone. Never, ever, 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 ever alone. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Karen Drucker, for being here for us and for inspiring us so much. Let's thank Karen and also our other musicians so much. Good morning, beautiful people of the Center for Spiritual Living, online and in person, and to all of our little young people. So wonderful to see you here. Hello, good morning. So wonderful to hear also babies. The sounds of babies makes me so happy to hear. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's truly heartwarming. The actress, Mary Pickford, said, "The thing we call failure is not falling down, it is staying down." The late president of India, Nehru, said, "The wheel of change moves on, and those who were down go up, and those who are up go down." That's life, isn't it? Sometimes we're moving up, and other times we're moving down. It's the way of things. That's how it is. Now, staying centered through life's ups and downs is one of the benefits of spiritual practice, because spiritual practice gives us, access to that somewhere inside where we can drop an anchor into a place that doesn't change while everything is changing and going up and down. Because things change, have you noticed? Systems change. Bodies change. Relationships change. Governments change. Wars change us and the world that we live in. And the spiritual practices that we learn at the center, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, spiritual study, circulation, which means giving and receiving, gratitude and appreciation, these teach us how to navigate through this world, through this life, in which everything is a sea of change. And they teach us by leading us to that place within that is permanent. The place from which all of our courage comes, from where our kindness comes, from where love comes, to our hearts. I have known people in my life who live in that space, in their heart space, or in the awareness of the permanence within, who through their practice of whatever it is, loving kindness, mindfulness practice, service to the world, prayer, meditation, charitable giving, whatever it is, people who know that there is that place within them that is permanent. And I believe anybody can live from that place, from that way, or can learn to live from that place. Because this inner place I'm talking about, this place of quiet confidence, is available to all. It's universal. It's everywhere present. And I believe that knowing the way to that place is what gives us the strength to take in all of life's ups and downs without losing courage. These practices help us to see the light even when we are in the middle of the darkness. And I'm interested in that for my life. I'm interested in that skill set, and I'm interested in it for you and for everybody. Now, I'm not talking about mere positive thinking. You know, pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and start all over again. Well, that's important indeed. As important as those moments when we are flat on the floor, face down in the mud, after we fall down. You know, there's a popular phrase right now in the realm of mental and spiritual and physical health. It's called this: toxic positivity. Have you heard that? Toxic positivity. Toxic positivity describes an obsession with positive thinking. It's the belief that people should put a positive spin on everything, even those experiences in life which are profoundly tragic. Even those experiences in life that are profoundly disturbing. It's the obsession with always looking on the bright side of life. It shows up as telling people who've had a painful loss that everything happens for a reason. Or that happiness, even in the midst of tragedy, is a choice. And a choice that if you're not making, you're not spiritual enough. I read a newspaper article, way back about, let me quote it, certain churches fostering a maddeningly upbeat pep rally atmosphere in which anyone experiencing a crisis of faith must either cover it up, shape up, or ship out. Now, the article wasn't about our center. Nevertheless, it's something to think about, isn't it? Especially in a faith community like ours that teaches that our mind is creative, that we play a role in how our lives roll out. We are responsible in some measure for how we behave and show up and respond. And so it is very important for us not to slip into toxic positivity. That we remain compassionate with each other and with ourselves as we face the trials and the difficulties of life, because you may have noticed we will and do have trials and difficulties. And silencing our negative emotions or dismissing grief or ignoring sadness is not healthy, and it most certainly is not spiritual. The article goes on to say, there is a tendency among these church groups to promise people that if they dedicate themselves to the teaching, their lives will suddenly be better. When that doesn't happen, people can tend to sink into serious depression. Wow. Well, spiritual living is more than a quick fix. It's a lifelong process of growth and discovery and regrowth and rediscovery. It's a journey to the heart where love is. That's where you have to make yourself at home. Thank you, Peter, Paul, and Mary. It is, really. It's not a quick fix. Now, the topic for today is falling forward, and it's related to our work, our careers, the way we show up. But it's a topic about life. It's about picking ourselves up again. And in our faith tradition, there is this strong emphasis on getting up again after the fall. It's great. And today, I want to talk about that time between falling down and getting up. Because there is a lot of rich value and meaning there, and power. I'm not talking about looking for the silver lining. I'm talking about embracing those times, like in my life, when things were not working out the way I visioned them, wanted them to. Times that were disappointing, heartbreaking, times that left me feeling crushed, betrayed, embarrassed. John Borisenko calls these moments the dark night of the soul. Between no longer and not yet. Have you ever been in that place? No longer and not yet. I don't like to be in that place. It is uncomfortable as can be. So you know what I do? I try to rush through it to get to the next thing as quickly as possible with a smile on my face. I try to get out of it as quickly as possible. And if you have ever tried to force something before its time is due, then you know just how problematic that can be. I don't mind telling you that in my life I have made a skill out of avoiding discomfort. The problem I've discovered with that approach is that avoiding discomfort is equal to avoiding life. The poet Robert Frost said, "The only way out is through." Ugh. Well, when I'm in that uncomfortable place, for example, of disappointment, I typically feel the frustration of wanting something else to happen instead of what is happening. And when that doesn't work, it's very easy for me to slip into self-criticism. I treat myself poorly when I've fallen down, thinking it will inspire me to get up. It's not how it works. The philosopher and scientist Blaise Pascal said, "I have discovered that all human evil comes from this: being unable to sit still in a room." Now, I don't know about the evil part, but I have noticed that during times of trouble, for me, I can have a very busy mind that is not still at all. And right at the time when I intuitively know that I could do with some peace, my mind and my emotions are busy and frantic and fast and hot. Even though I know that the best thing for me, the most restoring thing for me would be to have some peace and quiet and to let my natural connection to the universe and its wisdom and its life rise up in me to instruct me. I can't get there. I haven't always known how to get there in my life. I didn't know how to do it always. I had to learn. You see, part of my problem was, in the beginning, I thought stillness was the absence of noise. I thought stillness was the absence of thought activity. I thought stillness was having no negative feelings. I was wrong. I learned stillness is so much more than that. It's more like a state of deep inner acceptance. And everybody gets to their stillness in a way that matches them. And some people get to it by letting their physical body very mindfully become as motionless as possible. Some people get to it through singing and dancing. Some people get there through mindfulness practices, like giving their full attention to whatever it is that they're doing. Could be making a cup of tea. It could be tending to a sick friend or parent. It could be gardening. It could be talking to a trusted advisor, giving their full attention to the moment. And each person has their way. For me, the way to stillness is through sitting still and accepting. Accepting what is happening without giving up. Accepting my role in it, if that's appropriate. So when I fall now, and I'm in that place of no longer, not yet, I take a moment and I breathe. And I go over my body part by part. And I imagine it at rest, being pulled down by gravity. And with each breath in, I imagine that I'm breathing in the wholeness and the peace of creation. And with each breath out, I imagine that part of my body relaxing further. And if necessary, I say to myself gently, I am here. And then when I can, I ask myself something like, Edward, can I please talk to myself kindly while I'm down here? Can I please give myself the space and the time to be here in this in-between space? Can I please, just for a moment, let everything be as it is, including me? So I loved Karen's song. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. And it has come to my awareness that stillness now for me isn't the absence of noise. It's a state of being in which I am aware of the noise of life. I'm still aware of the activity of life. I'm still aware of everything going on, but in a different way. More like an observer, without being caught up in it, without being overwhelmed by it, without being drawn into it. It's almost, if I can say, it's like watching a movie, but not being in the movie. Noticing, taking it in, understanding that it's a movie. So the acceptance is not giving up. It's a pause, a restful, nourishing pause, a journey back to my heart where love is, to the place that is permanent and unchanged, that is in the original state, always. Everybody has at least one dark night of the soul. Everybody, or some variation of it. Loss, challenge, unexpected change, disappointment, disconnection, failure, something. Everybody. I've never ever met anybody who hasn't had one. And there is no easy answer that explains why we have them or how to go through them or what value we gain from going through them. It's highly personal and individual. The author Lynn Hall said something really interesting about this topic. She said, or wrote, "We did not change as we grew older. We just became more clearly ourselves." Yes, that's it, I think. That's life's journey. It's a journey of becoming more clearly ourselves. And I guess we go on this journey through living and falling and resting and getting up and all the things. So today I have some questions on my mind, and maybe one of them will stimulate you to journal. How have you come back from whatever it is that tripped you up? Hopelessness, distress, sadness, discouragement. How did you get up? There's another one. And how did those defining moments in your life bring you more clearly into being yourself? Or we could say, in what way was it a falling forward? I suppose we could ask that. And if you are still in that place of no longer and not yet, and a great question to ask is, what in you hasn't changed? Well, everything changed around you. And what is that something? You and I have probably had enough falls or disappointments that we already know that getting up is important, clearly. At the same time, I see now how rushing through the in-between phase hasn't served me very well. Perhaps you know what I mean. If you've ever had a fall from which you didn't think you could get up. Maybe the disappointment was so deep that it was disorienting, or maybe the sadness so profound, or the fear so intense, or whatever it is. And now I know I don't advise rushing through that, denying it, or going through it alone. And also, there have been times in my life, I must admit, where I have stayed down too long. I've stayed in the space of in-between way too long and delayed my getting up. Maybe you identify. So in summary, there are times in life when it is not appropriate for me to force myself to get up from a fall right away. 2, there are times in life when staying down too long may require a helping hand for me to get back up, but not a pep talk, not a positive reframe. And thirdly, there are times in life when it is absolutely all right, if you are ready, and if the Spirit of life is urging you to do so, and if you have the trust that the Spirit of life within you will guide you, it is absolutely okay to get yourself up and brush yourself off and get going. We are on a journey, each one on our own journey, to our hearts where love is. And that is where we will find ourselves at home. I invite you to breathe in and exhale. With your eyes closed, if that's comfortable. There is only one life. And that life is the life of spirit expressing itself, everywhere present all the time. It is the source of all that is and the sustainer of all that is. It is fully available always, everywhere, all the time. I am an expression of this life. My life is an expression of this spirit life, as is the life of every person here. Spirit is the source and sustainer of my being, and I live within its infinite presence. Its infinite love expresses through my heart. Its infinite creativity expresses as my individuality. And I realize today that I am here on purpose through the will and the creation of Spirit. And affirming this presence within me then inspires me to grow in willingness, to accept the situations of my life that are before me with a deep sense of trust in the divine guidance that remains always present. And so I breathe into the moment, celebrating my growing patience with myself and with the world, and with my growing ability to see into the conditions of life with compassion and wisdom. And today, as I move about the world, I practice mindfully noticing the strands of connectivity, the camaraderie, the beauty. And when I struggle, I remember to be the kind and gentle voice of Spirit within toward myself and others. And through this prayer too, I declare myself willing to ask for and receive support. With a grateful heart, I recognize that something wonderful is moving through me in the spiritual realm. A truth that recognizes itself, that transforms me. And I salute that aspect of the divine that is the law, the spiritual law, as a reminder that all of this comes to pass through no effort of will, but through that Spirit, the Holy Spirit, that makes all things be. And so it is. I invite you to let the next breath that you take be deeper than the one before. And exhaling with the movement of the air in my body, becoming aware of the activity of the room and all the beings that are in it, and also aware of our online friends and feeling that web of connectivity through time and space. This is our spiritual community, and if you're visiting with us, welcome. And if you've been with us for a long time, welcome, welcome. This moment in our service is the practice of circulation, where we call to mind the ways in which the center has supported us and we have supported the center. I thank you so much for responding to the call to increase your giving to the center. I don't mind telling you that last month was the first month this year where we ended not in the red. So I appreciate that. And that's 1 month. And we have several to go. What is coming up next month is our giving intention season, where we will be asking you to prayerfully decide how much you plan to give the center next year. So when that time comes around, you'll have a sense from talking with your family and with yourself, what is an appropriate weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly gift to the center, and disclose that to us. In the middle of the month next month, I'll be sharing with you the nonprofit partners that we selected from your nominations. This year, when you complete your giving intention form, we are going to give you the opportunity to select one of those 12 nonprofits. And for every giving intention card we receive, we will send an additional gift to that nonprofit on behalf of your giving, as a way of not only celebrating your giving, but amplifying it by sending it into the world. So that's coming up. It's a way of making a gift a celebration. There are so many ways to give, And one of my favorites is Text to Give, and I must say that it is increasing in popularity. And so if you want to know more about Text to Give, you can always ask Reverend Russ Laguerre. He's an expert at it. He does that. He tells me about it, and we have a card with the number on if you want to take note of it. And we also have a very easy link on our website that tells you everything you need to know about how you may donate. It's very easy, cslsr.org/donate. There it'll explain to you all the ways of giving. We take time to mention these because in past times we would pass the basket. And we don't want to slip out of being aware that this organization is a member-supported organization. We exist because of us. And that is the only way. So thank you so much for your prayers, your volunteering, your presence online and in person, and for your contributions. And now Reverend Russ will tell us some more about what's going on in our community. Reverend Russ.
Thank you, Dr. Edward, for that inspiration. And I can tell you, I've had my fair share of dark nights of the soul, and I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm kind of grudgingly grateful for them. So it's nice to have that reminder. All right, well, the spiritual practice of circulation invites us to both give and receive. And so we invite you to bring your flowers, your fruits, your veggies, your baked goods to share here at the center this coming Sunday, October 2nd, from 10 to 11 a.m. at our last Sharing Our Bounty event for the year. It's going to start to get a little colder out, believe it or not. So this will be the last one for the year, but I know it's going to be amazing. And if you don't have anything to bring, don't worry. We have all kinds of stuff here that you can just take with you. You don't have to bring something to get something. And we'll even have little paper bags for you to take stuff home with you if you want to take it home. So it's going to be a wonderful event. We look forward to seeing you there in person. All right, what do I have next here? Yes. Oh, Dr. Edward has a workshop today, don't you? Yeah. So he's offering a workshop today after our second service called Affirmative Prayer, and that's at 1 p.m. And you still have time to join. You can either register at our information table, or if you're watching online and you're going to be here, you're local, it's in person here in the sanctuary. And even if you don't register, walk-ins are welcome. And we've already got an amazing group, and we know it's going to be fabulous. So in this workshop, Dr. Edwards is going to go through a basic introduction and examine the 5 steps of what we call spiritual mind treatment, which is a fancy way of saying how we pray in our movement to move our consciousness toward our good. And this workshop is offered as a love offering, so you can just bring yourself if you like, and it's going to be fabulous and wonderful and amazing. Did I miss anything? Okay, great. Also, speaking of Dr. Edward, he's got a lot of things going on. You can join Dr. Edward 2 Sundays from now, two Saturdays from now on October 8th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. for an on-site retreat to explore happiness and success. Well, that sounds fabulous. And he'll help you to release what gets in the way of our joy, to cultivate insights into the power of our words and more. There's going to be an opportunity for spiritual practice, for discussion and interaction with Dr. Edward. And our wonderful facility manager, William Abel, is also offering some optional yoga in the morning of the retreat. So seating for this retreat is limited because it's going to be in person. So be sure to sign up today on our website by clicking the photo of the butterfly on the sunflower. And for everybody who's here too, because I've had some congregants say they didn't know this, we have this fancy kiosk over there by the information table. So if for whatever reason you can't sign up for these things at home, we do have the ability here, and the people at our information table and myself can help you to get signed up on that kiosk out there too. All right, speaking of signups, our next Spirit Walk is just around the corner, and that's going to be this coming Saturday, October 1st at 9 a.m. And this time we're going to walk around, I'm going to slaughter this name, I'm sorry. We're going to walk around beautiful Lake Benwast? Is that right? Benoist? It's at Riverfront Regional Park. So however you pronounce the name of the lake, we're going to walk around that lake. It's about 45 minutes, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous walk. It's going to be fabulous. So please be sure to RSVP today so that we know that you're coming. And if you're looking for a ride, we do matching for ride sharing. So if you can drive, you can let us know that you're willing to be a driver, or if you're looking for a ride, you can let us know that you're looking for a ride, and we will put you in touch with each other. So you can sign up for that by clicking on the photo of the sneakers on our website. Also, our wonderful practitioner, Pat Byrne, who's here in our audience today, is hosting a 5-week book study on Edwene Gaines' book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, and that starts on October 3rd from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. And this is going to be an amazing opportunity for you to dive into a wonderful exploration of all the forms of prosperity and how you can help to cultivate them in your life. And you can register for that on our website by clicking the photo of the rose of lavender. I love that one. And now I'd like to share a special video from our past board president, Nancy Reynolds, about our upcoming opportunities to join our board of trustees. Thank you all for being here. And have
One
a
of my
wonderful week.
favorite things to do is collaborate, to work together with a team of people for a good common goal. I haven't always known that I love to do that, and serving on the Center's Board of Trustees helped me discover that love and ability, and to develop that and other skills I didn't even know I had. I started with my love for the Center and my enthusiasm, and it just grew from there. Serving on the Center's Board of Trustees for the 3-year term I finished in March showed me what a dedicated team of people can do together. And it showed me that everyone has something unique to offer and contribute, and those gifts are needed and wanted. I'm Nancy Reynolds, and I have an invitation for our members, and that is to think about what you love to do, what you are really good at, what skills and superpowers you have, and bring them to our Center's Board of Trustees. Bring your gifts, your talents, and your love of the Center. The board is currently accepting applications for the term that begins next March. Is it time for you to serve on the board? To find out more, please go to the website, cslsr.org, and find the link for Be a Trustee. It's a
cliffhanger. It's a you'll have to sign up to find out what it is. Thank you so much for being here. If there is something that is incomplete in you, or if you cried yourself to sleep last night, or if you'd just like to celebrate something with some prayer, there are ways you can do that. In person today, in the North Wing, outside to the left, you'll find in-person prayer. Prayer practitioners are on duty and available waiting to serve you. Also, you can go online to use our one-on-one prayer in our Zoom room. The information is on our website. So there are ways for you to receive prayer. You can also visit our website and find out that there is an online way to drop a request for prayer through email. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, please don't do it alone. Get at least some prayer support for the journey. And now let us close our service by standing for our benediction, saying, "Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, life is in my body, and life is in my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I accept it, just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you are guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Let us close in song, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. stand for love, let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. That's the whole thing. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Sing it again. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand. Let's do this 3 times. We are making a new world now. Sing that again. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. And so it is.